Mr. Whitney back here again. I'm going to be showing you how to draw a Grinch. Grinch is one of those things that is intimidating to people to draw. I have to be honest. I know that because each year that I'm at a school and we do Grinches on doors, I end up drawing a good chunk of them. Our hallway has 8 classrooms, and when we did Grinch my first year here, I drew a Grinch for all but one of the classrooms. So that was 7, and then another 2 on top of that. So that was 9 different Grinches, and the pressure was on to do it differently. I'm going to show you the one that I think is the most simple for you and the most straightforward. And I'm going to be using pencil. Hopefully it'll stand out here because I really want to stress with you to use pencil. Whoops, that pencil's going to break on me. They've been feeling neglected here. All right, get a pencil, it'll work. So with the Grinch, you're going to start off with, and you're going to want to start off with a heart. I start off with a heart, and I'm going to draw a heart lightly in the page right here. And so a heart. Heart's very symmetrical, and it's okay if you don't have it symmetrical here. Okay, so I've got a heart. I am going to pull it up closer to where you can see it. So we've got the heart, and you're going to want to draw that heart fairly light. It's okay if you don't get it light. It's pretty forgiving. We're going to color over it. That's going to be the main face on the Grinch. I am seeing that it's not showing up for you. So what I'm going to do is I want you to make sure you have the heart drawn with pencil. Please continue to draw with pencil. I want you to see how this is done. I'm going to outline in, whoops, that's not a blue crayon. I'm going to outline in black crayon here, and I'm going to keep it right up here. So I'm going to outline with, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to continue to draw in black crayon. I want you to draw in pencil till you get it right, okay? So then the next thing I do is I draw these lines up right here, and then I'm going to draw his hat. His hat can be fluffy, and again, it can go through, and what I've realized is I've run out of room on the page here. So what I'm going to need to do is erase, and what I can do is I can just flip the page. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to get that heart going here. Going to draw this part up, and then I'm going to do the hat again. Please, please, please do it in pencil first. I can tell my students will go through and they'll share a drawing with me, and they've done it in crayon to begin with. I have done this a few times. I can do it in crayon. Then I'm going to draw his hat, which I'm going to just flip over here. And the hat, there's no right or wrong. One thing Dr. Seuss does is does this little spiky kind of thing when it goes around in a ball kind of stuff, which I stick with. You can keep it all fluffy if you want, all right? So then the next thing I notice about the Grinch, I'm going to want to draw in his nose. His nose, and there's a couple different ways you can do his nose. I myself, I like thinking of a dog's nose. So I end up going through, and I have these 2 dots right in here. That's what I do, is these 2 dots kind of like this. And then I put this little kind of upside down teardrop in between. Again, however you feel comfortable. I end up, when I draw these things, I draw them a few different times, and I end up with a bunch of different ones in here. Eyes, again, the eyes, I want to make sure I have the scowl on the eyes. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to get these right in here. These are the eyebrow. Those are my eyebrow starts. They're going to change significantly, but I want to make sure I have the scowl in there, okay? So then I have the eyes. I'm going to get the eyes in here. So I'm drawing these half circles down, and then I'm going to dimple them up like this so it's really squished in here. And I keep having to look up towards my video. I don't know if you're seeing that. So then I'm going to go through, and I'm going to really brow in his eyes, scowling through, and get those eyeballs in here. I like to do his eyeballs red typically. I'm bothered, and I'll be bothered the rest of this time in here that I did in black, and I'm going to fill them in, and they're looking a little more cross-eyed. Again, no right or wrong way of doing this. Then his mouth, in there, in. So I put the mouth in, and I kind of follow the lines along the heart, okay? Then we get a neck in here. Put some fluff around for his suit. Then he's pretty skinny, so then I just draw his arms down, and I always like to have those little parts of the arm showing right down there. Okay, and then little frill in here. And then I can go through and color his eyes in. I've got the crayons right over here, as you can see. Color the eyes in yellow. A little lime green in here to color him in, like such. And so I can go through and color him in. And it's okay if you outline in black. So what I would be doing is outlining in black. And then I like the effect if it drags. If you do not want the black to drag into your drawing, do the coloring first, then outline it with the black crayon when you're done, and it'll cover up all the lines. So here's where we got going. So I want to show you this. So I'm going to go through. You've seen how he's drawn. I'm going to finish drawing him with pencil here. So I'm going to erase these lines for the heart because I don't want them in the way here. That's what I'm going to do. They also keep my lines symmetrical because my eyes, I'm going to curl my eyes down here, bring his eyes down a little lower, and I'm going to put these lines right down here for the line for the eyes. So I'm moving that forward so you can see it. And then I really like the scowl. So I like doing these upside down teardrops like such. I'm going to see if I can zoom into where you can see the penciling. Okay, there we go. Nice. All right. So then I've got, and I'm going to draw his eyeballs. I'm going to draw them square in the middle because I like that more crazed look like that. Okay, so then they're in the middle. Get that focus in there. The nose, again, I do the nose the same sort of way. You can start with the teardrop and then put the little balls next to it like that. That's my favorite way of doing his nose. Another way you can end up doing it, again, you can turn the teardrop the other direction. I think that's what I did on the last page. I think that's what I like better. Yeah, and then turn the teardrop the opposite direction like such, but going through.